it's Jess.
Why do you always look taller than me?
I don't know, I guess I have better posture.
But I look so short.
Sit up straight.
I can't, my back is broken.
Okay, well then that's a personal problem.
Hey guys, it's Mike.
And we're still working on the intro thing, but that's okay. If you notice, you definitely have. Hopefully the lighting looks pretty decent, right? Even though the window up there.
It looks fine.
We have a new background, which is going to be on our bed, which is where we want to film all of our sit-down videos.
Maybe that window is kind of a, but it's okay, it's okay.
Isn't really?
Babe, your knee is in the way. Yep.
Mike looks really slumped.
Right? I'm like this.
He's like this. Hey guys, it's Mike.
Thank
you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It means so much to us. I know I teared up a little bit because it's been crazy to get there. It's just taken a while, but we are there and we are very, very grateful.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's all I got to say. Man, a few words.
It's pretty cool. Thank you guys for subscribing. Like,
yeah,
I never thought people would actually want to watch us.
I know, and thank you guys for making the fan pages already, which is even more wild. We appreciate those even more. And we also wanted to let you know that our wedding pictures are up. So if you don't follow us on social media, follow us. They're amazing. They look so, so good.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them.
This video, as you can tell from the title, is about how to keep your relationship strong during a deployment. Mike just shifted it. Okay, we have 5 things that we have written down and we're going to talk about. And then at the end of this video, we had questions people wanted to be answered. So we're going to answer those questions at the end of this video. Number 1 thing we wanted to say about keeping the relationship strong during a deployment is patience and understanding, realizing stuff happens for a reason and it's out of your control. And that's regarding like dates and stuff like that, where the military is in charge, not so much so him.
Yeah, that's kind of given, but
like that's so annoying.
No, I mean, like, so yeah, basically the thing is that like whether you have to go do something and like you can't be on your phone, which is common, like whatever, but saying like you can't have like whoever's the one back home waiting for you like be upset at you just because you're not available at the moment, or like we were supposed to get back 2 months earlier than what we got back. Like we were supposed to get back early September and we got back late October, so we were like delayed like a month and a half. But it wasn't up to me, and like every day I was constantly telling Jess like, hey, like I'm coming home this next week, and then I was like I'm coming home tomorrow, and then I was like I'm coming home the week after, the week after, the week after,
never ending.
And then it was like tomorrow and then tomorrow and tomorrow, and it was like that for over a month and a half, and I ended up being gone for 8 months instead of 6 months. So even like people in my command, like the highest person in my command or whatever, it's out of his hands too. Like it was just had to do with like the hurricane, like the flights, like we had to fly out the guys that were relieving us on deployment and stuff like that. Yeah,
I was just gonna say, like, to keep your relationship strong and like good in times like that is definitely just have patience. Like, understand it is obviously not his fault. Like, he obviously wants to be home just as much as you want him home. And I guess I worked on this a lot when there were so many delays with deployment, like just trying to stay calm and like positive, I guess, because I know it was really tough on him. Like, he wasn't even here and it was tough on me and I was here. So it's just a big learning process, I'd say.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful, like, because I had to stress out for the fact that I wanted to go home and I couldn't. And then I had to realize, okay, now I gotta tell Jess that I'm not coming home and deal with all that. So
number 2 would be not texting each other 24/7, but also making time for each other. So to elaborate on this one before Mike like gives his input, it would be like that obviously he's so busy, and I know I'm someone that needs attention a lot, so it was tough for me to kind of like realize that like you can't be texting each other 24/7. It's not gonna work like that, and you gotta let it go and you gotta be chill about it, otherwise you're gonna have stupid arguments. But also at the same hand, like, make little time for each other. I know every single night Mike and I would FaceTime, even if it was for like 5 minutes just to say goodnight. But that was our specific deployment. I know for like Muse and other things you can't do that, but when you do have your phone or service, just like make little time for each other, do little things like FaceTime call or whatever it may be.
Not even just like Muse, like if you know what a Muse is, but like certain combat deployments, you're probably not going to be able to be on your phone every night.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a combat deployment at all, and it was barely even a deployment, but I was just overseas for 8 months. I was in Germany, Spain, Italy, in Africa, so the only time I really couldn't talk to her was when I was in Africa because I didn't have signal or anything. But as far as like Italy and Spain and Germany, I was talking to her almost every day. But I would definitely recommend like space. Like you are on deployment. Deployments are good for like space. Like you don't want to be up each other's butt 24/7. So
yeah, definitely.
Just give each other that space.
Definitely. Number 3 would be still doing the little things for each other, but that obviously again varies per deployment. Like for example, Mike sent me like chocolate covered strawberries once on deployment, and like that was like the most amazing thing ever because I wasn't expecting it, and like he's not here with me, so little things like that kept us like strong and like motivated in a sense, because it was just super nice, like a nice gesture. Just do little things like that. Again, other deployments might be tough, but maybe you could like arrange it before you leave or something, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was just gonna say like mail. I don't know if it's there, but like receiving mail, like care packages, is always pretty good. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
Especially
I totally forgot about that.
if you decorate the boxes, like receiving that, seeing that from back home, just knowing that it was written like back home, and you just picture her writing it. It's like, it's a good feeling, and it makes you feel more like at home. Just getting candy and like her sending me like abundance amounts, like to where I had extra. It was like a really awesome feeling, like sharing with my friends and stuff, and just like, just sharing it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And I know like some things I sent in care packages that made you like think about home, or like my perfume, or like my sweatshirt, or like something like that, where it was like from back home, you know?
Yeah.
And kind of helped on deployment, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, that's true.
The next one would be to write. This is obviously for boot camp because you write all the time in boot camp, but even on deployment, Mike wrote in a journal, and that was super, super nice, like when he came back to read, and it's just like little things during his day, or even just to write and send him a letter, because I know he sent me a letter on deployment as well.
Yeah. I really just kind of, I thought it was something sweet if I wrote like a journal for her. It wasn't like my personal diary. Like,
No.
It was like something I just wrote every day about how I missed her, and like I was getting closer to coming home. And then there was a big gap in deployment where I didn't really write in it, and then when I was in Africa, I didn't really write in it, but
it was still something. Meant a lot
I wrote
to me.
as much as I could, yeah, and like on big days like her birthday and stuff, and her when she graduated college, like I would write in it, and yeah, it's a good idea, and it feels nice sometimes to just go ahead and write that you miss her, and you know when you get home she's gonna like enjoy that so much.
It helps a lot too, just to personally write, because getting your feelings out that way is like really therapeutic in a way, I'd say. And the last one we have is count the days done and not what's left at the beginning of deployment, and then take every day as like an accomplishment.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I'll explain. So like at the beginning of deployment, you have this big number like looming of the days that are left until he comes home. So like instead of looking at it as like there's 200 days left till he comes home, think of it as like
how many days you completed.
Yeah, like we're 20 days down. Like that number is like what is accomplished, and I don't know. That's how I looked at it. But then when you get towards the end of deployment, you're like, okay, there's only 10 days left. Like it's different.
So the first month goes by really slow,
definitely.
And then the next,
well, for me too, but
the next like 3 or 4 months go by pretty quick, and then the last month goes by super slow again. Like, but like I remember when I first got there, I was like, okay, it's March. I was like, here we are. Like, I wonder what it's gonna feel like to be like when it's in July, and I'm like, wow, I've already been here this long. I was like, I couldn't even imagine myself over there for that long. And I was like, I wonder what it's gonna be like. And then next thing you know, it's July, and I'm like, wow, like it's already July, but we still had 2 months was what we thought at the time. And then next thing you know, it's September, and I'm like, all right, we're leaving soon. And then yeah, there goes on the whole story until not leaving till
Yup. And you guys know I made a video about that.
Yeah, almost November basically. I got back October 27th.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, just like
it does fly though. It flies. When you get back, you're like, wow, like I'm back already.
I think just thinking of it in that way kind of keeps you positive to help the relationship as a whole, you know?
Yeah.
That is everything we have for that specific topic, but we have a few questions that we got on our latest video that we're going to answer right now. So thank you guys for sending them in. We appreciate it. The first one is, did you all feel pressured to get married because of the military?
No, but it definitely probably has a factor to it. I figure like, I'm sure that if I wasn't in the military, we probably wouldn't be married right now. We'd be living together.
We would not be married right now.
But the thing is, when you're in the military, you can't really live together. Well, you can kind of.
You can, but I feel like you're just wasting money.
You wouldn't have like the money to really pay rent and live off base.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, but like I don't regret it, and like I know it's what I wanted to do the whole time. So But being in the military is probably why we're married right now versus getting married in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Definitely, probably.
100%. I always tell my friends, like, if Mike and I were just, if Mike was a civilian and we're just living together, we would definitely not be married. Just because, like, what's, like, the only reason to get married outside of that is, like, last name change, like, taxes, stuff like that. But for the military, it's, like, everything, you know?
It's, like, everything.
It's everything. You can't live together if you're not married, so whatever. Wait, 1 second. We can be the new profile picture.
Okay,
this big military account.
Okay.
We're looking at new profile. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Mike. Do you see him getting mad at me?
Because she can't. She's like glued to her phone.
Whatever. Next question. How was moving in together? I think I was most of the moving process.
I was just gonna say, do you mean living together or moving in? Because moving in, I had nothing to do with it.
Moving in, I moved in everything by myself. Obviously not with the military helping because we weren't married. I did everything, but then him coming home, he put all our stuff together. We got TV, most of the essentials, and I guess maybe if you're asking the transition between like not living together and living together, it's just a big adjustment. It's not like it was not like a walk in the park, but it's like
it was for me.
Stop, Mike.
No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't tough. It was just different.
It's just an adjustment. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, it's butterflies and rainbows and it was so perfect all the time. Like, that's not how I am.
Yeah, of course.
It was different.
And like just simple stuff. Like, you know how it is if you live with someone. Like, you just have your old habits, and I still have those habits, and she just gets used to them, honestly. Yeah,
that's honestly what it is all about. Just like getting used to it, adjusting to it.
Yeah, each other's
now
habits.
We're good.
Especially like I leave my clothes on the floor and stuff. Like I act like a little kid. Like,
I mean, but how can you like blame him? Like, he was never. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
different.
I was living in the barracks, like doing whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a big adjustment for me going from living in the barracks with a roommate and just being wild in the barracks to being at home. But it's definitely nice to come home like after being in the field or something versus going to the barracks, like like prison home. When
Mike was at boot camp, what was his favorite types of letters? What did you like to hear? Way back in the day. He's got to go real way back now.
It's only 2 years. I would say just like support, I guess, like looking into like, oh, like we're all proud of you, like we're ready for you to come back home as like a Marine, and like I guess looking towards the future and just sending motivation, really. She used to send me verses, like Bible verses too, song lyrics, because I couldn't hear music, so I like to sing in my head like my favorite lyrics of songs, and some like pictures too, like regular pictures, not nudes, but
we know.
Yeah, so just like song lyrics, Bible verses, and stuff that would keep me motivated, and like letters from my buddy who's already a Marine, and it was motivating me at the time. So yeah, I guess just motivation. Like I don't know. It's really easy to build motivation in boot camp. Like if you just read something simple, like it can really stay in your head. It'll drive you to get to where you want to be. So
that was a good answer.
Thanks.
And the last question we have is, being in college and Mike stationed in North Carolina, how did you guys deal with distance? So we've been distance our entire relationship since we met, like the entire time. So we've been like used to it, I guess. And him being in North Carolina is actually closer than Florida, so I didn't hate it as much.
Yeah, honestly, like we did like the regular thing we always did, but like it was a long distance relationship, and then anytime I got like a 3 or 4 day weekend, I would drive to New Jersey, and it was only like an 8.5 to 9 hour drive. So it wasn't terrible, and I would just go back to the barracks, and then I would probably see her like once a month, so it wasn't really terrible.
It really wasn't. And I think
it was like
helped,
going to different schools basically.
Yeah, and I think it helped a lot with you deploying, like already being away from each other, which I know when he deploys again, I'm gonna hate it, because we've been living together now.
Yeah, so.
But we just kind of, communication is really key, and making an effort to see each other when you can. It's not always doable, but that's what definitely helped.
It's really nothing. It wasn't a big deal for us, but
I know it can be for a lot of people though. So it's really about adjusting and getting into your own routine, because once you get into your own routine, it's like a lot easier to go about your days and have time fly. Yeah,
we definitely miss each other, of course. But
of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this video.
Yeah, let us know again, like if you what you guys want to watch, like military related or anything else, vlogs.
You can always make like Saturday's military themed in every other video. Like not if you guys like that idea, let us know. We should be back tomorrow with like a vlog type video. So we'll see you guys.
Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, thank you. so grateful. Thanks. We'll see you guys in our next video. We need a good outro. We'll figure it out later. Peace.